The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Well, we were having some technical difficulties on Lindsay's end. She's still in getting ready to come home from Wisconsin. But just for the record, nobody mentioned anything as it happened, but I want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm the one that fixed it. I fixed the technical problem.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I did not pick up on that.
Yeah, I was the one that suggested should she be plugged into this instead of this, and she plugged into that, and now next thing you know, it's fixed.
What do you know?
He takes the wins where he can get them, you know?
Yeah, especially when it comes to tech.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, my gosh.
Tech TJ.
I wish people would have been in the room the other day when I was helping TJ with a computer problem. I said, look over on the right. There's a button there. And he's over on the left side of the screen. I said, it's over on the right. And I'm trying to be like, not. It's your other right. He goes, oh, I thought you meant over here.
But I was in a little column, and I thought he meant the right side of the column that I was in that was on the left side of the screen. But yeah, he could have just pointed too.
I could have done that. I could have,
idiot. Look right here.
If I say on the right, I didn't say on the right side of that column. On the right.
But
but my cursor was already in that little column, so I just assumed when you said it's on the right that I was in the right vicinity. It was just in the thing, but.
And there's nothing worse than someone saying your other right. Like,
I didn't care. I just wanted it fixed.
yeah.
Because I know good and well that I'm no computer whiz or technology or anything. I think I've improved over the years.
You've improved tenfold.
Doing things myself too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Tenfold.
But yeah, that's why just now that when I said try it this way and then it worked, I want to make sure that everybody knows. Y'all better recognize.
Tech D TJ.
Hell yeah.
Today.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm going to start charging this company an engineering fee too. That's what I'm going to do.
Who do you think's worse at computer stuff, Lindsay or you, TJ?
Lindsay.
You think?
Yeah.
100%.
Which confuses me because she's so professional at social media stuff and doing stuff on her phone. Mm-hmm. Like she's the one, that knows all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you put anything in like just now, I'm doing the same thing I do every day. It's not working. Yeah.
But I mean, doesn't that make sense? I'm doing the same thing I'm doing every day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you put a computer in front of me, it's like a foreign language. I'm like,
yeah, and she grew up with computers. I didn't.
I know. That's what always shocks me. Is like she's a millennial. I figured she was just born into millennials.
I'm barely a millennial. I was having this conversation last night. It's 81 and I was 84, so I'm on the cusp.
Yeah,
I thought you were closer to the cusp than that, though. But
I think that
didn't you just say it was like a 4-year difference? That's a long time.
Yeah, 3 year.
81 and I'm 84. That's a 3-year difference, and it's not that bad.
Mm.
Sorry, I don't like to be roped in with the millennials. Okay.
You're an elder millennial.
That's right. Yeah, you're an auntie.
You're an
millennial.
That's right.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. Watch the TJ and Riggins Show with new Carolina-specific content, deals, and more. Available to check out every weekday. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
So you've heard me talk about Mandu Charlotte, and now it's your time to go for absolutely free. Mandu Charlotte is an electromuscle stimulation workout. It's only 15 minutes, and it feels like you've been in the gym for hours. You're toner, leaner, stronger. You feel better in your clothes. You look better in your clothes. What's not to love? So check out Mandu Charlotte at tjriggins.com/fitness and get your first session free. Mandu Charlotte.
The TJ and Riggins Show stream is sponsored by R. Gregory Jewelers in Statesville, North Carolina. They're family owned and operated, and they speak diamond. Find something beautiful at tjriggins.com/diamond.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Listen everywhere.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
There's a hotel that's in a bit of hot water for the way they treated one customer, but it's all based on luggage. And did you see the CEO of Southwest Airlines earlier this week is doubling down on Southwest charging for bags and assigned seating? He's like, listen, this is the perfect time to do it. They're not backing off at all. And when they first announced that, people were really upset.
Yeah, because Southwest is always the escape from all of the other types of airline things, you know. They're why people love them.
Yeah. I know experts are saying they're going to make, $4 billion in the first year from implementing these changes, but I think people were genuinely upset especially if they were loyal Southwest fans.
Right, and they made a big deal out of, you remember the commercials? Never bag fees, never any bag fees.
That's what set them apart.
Yeah, that and being able to pick your seat.
And picking your own seat.
Which a lot of airlines won't allow you to do that. They say it's gross.
Don't pick your seat. Well, one woman still tried to get around the baggage fees. Here's what she did, and this is apparently a thing. She's an influencer on TikTok, so I don't know if that matters, but she's young. She's in her, I think, mid-20s. She was going to California for some brand shoot. So instead of packing a bag and paying for her baggage, she packed up all her clothes and sent it to her hotel that she was going to be staying at through UPS.
Was that not more expensive?
I guess not, but she even called the hotel to say, hey, by the way, I'm sending my clothes there. I'm not going to be there for another 2 days. If you could just sign it. And the hotel said, yeah, no problem, which I didn't even know was a thing. It wouldn't even occur to me to do that. The problem is she got to California and they said, oh, yeah, the UPS package came in, but we don't do that. And we sent it back to the facility. So she's recording the whole thing at the front desk, and she's not being aggressive with them, but imagine she's across the country and now she doesn't have any clothes. So all these hotel employees are chiming in saying, no, the hotel was wrong. The problem is they told you could do it and then said you can't do it. That's the problem.
The problem is somebody was working that day that wasn't aware of what was going on. And
they said,
is she married?
No.
Okay. Trying to think if this is something I could get away with. Oh, I don't have any clothes.
I knew there would be some weird spin to the way
I gotta go to the mall.
Yeah, well, a lot of people suggested that the hotel should have to pay for her clothes, or at least let her go spend some money at the mall, like Lindsay's suggesting.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. How much was she saving by not doing the bag fees?
It can't be that much. It can't be that much.
Our bag fees $25 a bag. Is that?
I think so. $25 or $50, I think was.
How many clothes was she
tell me
sending?
she's saving money.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was important for her to have those clothes out there. And some people say, well, it varies hotel to hotel based, if they want to do stuff like that. But they were wrong by telling you, yes, you can do it, and then you showing up and saying, yeah, we got it, but we sent it back.
Don't men do that with their golf clubs?
Yeah.
They'll send them ahead of time and stuff like that.
They have a whole service to do that, so it's maybe more, built for that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not just a cardboard box showing up with loose clothing in it.
Exactly. So I don't know what you're supposed to do. It doesn't sound like the hotel had a concierge. It was more just a front desk.
Yeah.
So I would imagine if you had an assigned concierge, they wouldn't have let that slip through the cracks.
Yeah, probably not. And she could have called back later and said, double check to make sure that, you're going to accept my package and all of that.
Yeah.
I've done that many times.
Have you?
Yeah.
I don't believe that at all.
Why not?
I mean,
More TJ and Riggins coming up. Get the latest extra funny episode at tjriggins.com, all major podcast platforms, and on YouTube. Thank you for joining us.
In 3, 2, 1.
This is TJ and Riggins.
The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Here's another case of other forms of media and all taking stuff that they've heard on this show and running with it as if it's their own material or their own original idea. Let's see. They did this survey and asked Americans which they would rather. Would you rather look good or feel good? You know, we've talked about that so many times, and obviously you'd rather look good.
Yeah, obviously.
We're all in agreement on that.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's see. 3 out of 4 people said feel good. Lied and said they'd rather feel good.
Come on, man.
Do you think they were telling the truth, or they're just trying to seem like they're not, what do you call it, superficial or vain?
Or they live in ugly cities where they don't even know what what it means to be good looking. Everybody else is ugly. They're like, I don't care.
They must have just interviewed people who are really sick and in pain.
That's the other thing. I guess if you've dealt with that extreme pain, you're obviously going to pick the feeling good. But I mean, I didn't think we were talking about that deep of pain. I mean,
I don't think so either. But I'm just saying maybe that's how they were either lying or they're in a lot of pain to say it, they would rather feel good than look good.
Sure,
I think.
I'm just I'm thinking like a little tummy problems, like or maybe a little car sick.
I was thinking though, would you rather look good, be a good looking person all the time, or walk around feeling great all the time and not feeling run down or having Lindsay, like your knees hurt from all the years of dancing and all of that. And I got a lot of those problems. Right now, I don't look good or feel good. So if I got to pick to get one of them back, it would be the looks part.
Not even a question. I mean, it's so obvious to me. I guess maybe that makes us vain or shallow. I don't know which one.
And looking good will help you feel good.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Every time.
So true. So true. See, you ugly people don't know that because you've just been ugly your whole lives. Mm-hmm. That's why I say, is it more harmful to a person's, feelings and emotions and all to have been good looking and lost their looks, or to never have been good looking ever? I think it's easier to never have been good looking.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm in that.
Yeah, we know. We didn't want to say it. We're trying to be nice. We have our ugly expert here, Lindsay.
Yeah, I remember what it was like to be very thin and cute and tan and blonde and like bouncing around like no care in the world. Yeah, that was me.
So, Rob, what about you? Because you have a lot of day-to-day pains and things with your back and your legs and stuff like that. If you still have all that, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been pretty. So.
Oh, stop!
Don't say that.
You and those dimples. Oh my God, you're adorable.
You're drowning them.
Thanks, but I would pick feel better because this back thing sucks.
Yeah. So you see, somebody in chronic pain says feel better. Good.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
The TJ and Riggins Show is available to stream every weekday around 7 a.m. Eastern at tjriggins.com. Stream it on your phone, on your iPad, in your car, on your laptop at work, or even from your smart home devices. You might be saying, hey, Riggins, I can't listen live. Well, that's not a problem. Listen later as a podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Amazon Music, or at tjriggins.com. The Week in Review, Group Therapy, the Extra Funny Podcast, the TJ and Jody's House Podcast, all of your favorites every day of the week. Listen live or listen later at tjriggins.com.
Hey, it's TJ, the #1 influencer for Cozy Earth. And, they're having a big thing going on now with summer deals up to 55% off. They say they made too much stuff. Other people say it's overstocked, but Cozy Earth's a little too classy to say that. That's right. So you still get that big 41% discount when you go to tjriggins.com/deals and then use the code TJ at checkout. Cozy Earth is fantastic. Check them out today and save.
Book your stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. That's where all of our guests stay because it's awesome. They've even got 2 spectacular restaurants on site. You're going to love your stay at the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Book your stay today at tjriggins.com/Hyatt.
What is new radio? New radio is
streaming everywhere.
Listen to the show starting each weekday morning at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Go get signed up for TJ Riggins Prime and Prime Plus. Well worth your while. You know what kind of stuff we got on there? All kinds of stuff. That's what kind. All kinds. All kinds. So Joe Jonas, he is one of the Jonas brothers. He is the middle child. His older brother's name is Kevin, and his younger brother's name is Nick. So Joe has always been the sillier one, the silly one in the group. Nick is the serious one, and Kevin is the sweet one. Oh, I remember meeting them boys like it was yesterday. Some good boys. Good boys. Well, Joe Jonas put this video on the TikToks and said that some woman walked up to him and said, like a fan type person, and said, my friend and I were just talking about you, and I can't believe you're here. And he was in the park or something. She was laughing about how small your nipples are.
What?
Because we're talking about him and had seen pictures of him without his shirt on, and they were talking about how unusually small his nipples are.
Oh, I got to see. I mean, are they weirdly small?
Here's the thing.
What a weird thing to say.
I saw a picture of him, and they're not big or anything, but they're twice the size of mine. I've always told y'all I have such little nipples. It's almost like I just have magic marker dots on my, like you would put on a Barbie doll when you're a kid, just like to draw them on there. That's what, So,
freckle.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. To me, that's not something you make fun of. If they're abnormally large, that's a little like, okay.
Yeah.
But the smaller, the better for my view.
Really?
You don't a big nipple?
You don't like big nipples on men? What is wrong with you?
I mean,
big traffic cones sticking out there on men.
Yeah. As long as you're in a decent ratio, it's
proportional.
Fine.
It's proportional.
Yeah.
But his don't look weird at all.
I'm not seeing that at all. I don't get it at all.
Just something funny she thought to say,
Yeah, but he was a little flummoxed by it. He was like, "Do I have? I don't know. What is the deal with that?" So I'm going to start when I meet somebody that's kind of a public figure or whatever, I'm going to say, "My friend and I were just laughing about how small your nipples are."
Yeah.
What? 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 It's so weird.
Because at my other job, I'm constantly meeting radio people that I've known. And I should have told her that.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, wait a minute.
I'm kidding.
I was thinking it'd be that Brett Jensen or somebody like that.
Yeah.
He would not know what to do.
Yeah. And speaking of him, he's a serious news kind of guy. And I don't know that he's never said anything, but I bet he doesn't like that I call him Breaking Bread Jensen. Breaking Bread Jensen. No. Yeah, he doesn't. His name's Breaking Brett because he breaks the stories. But Breaking Bread is funny. Or at first I was calling him Break In Brett, like breaking and entering.
That's funny.
Break In Brett coming up next.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh my God. I love it.
I love it. I love it. This is TJ and Riggins.
New radio is your new marketing, advertising, and influencing dream option. Go to tjriggins.com/explosion. The future of advertising is here. tjriggins.com/explosion.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show. With TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
So Lindsay is still in Wisconsin, but as soon as the show is over, she's heading out to the airport. But I picture it being like, those Alaska shows where you have to get on a little plane and fly over the mountains to get to an airport to get back home, like that. But it's not. You fly in and out of Madison, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say it's the capital?
No, I did I told you the other day that it was the capital.
Yeah. And you would think it would be busy, but the airport is like nobody's in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody's trying to go to Madison, Wisconsin.
Right.
Just you and your family.
So are you ready to come home? Are you sick of his family yet?
I'm not sick of his family, but I am ready to come home and get back on my schedule. And,
And get around Southern people.
I mean, they don't make fun of my accent.
What, the Southern people don't?
Yeah. They're my people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It does seem like she's been there for a while.
Well, if your husband's getting on your nerves and you want to leave him there and pick up, a new relationship when you get back stateside, this guy would be perfect for you. From the social medias, he's looking for a lady, so maybe this could be good for you, Lindsay.
I'm Ryan, and ladies, if you dress up like Princess Leia for me, I'll sound like a Wookiee for you.
Wookiee of the Year sounds like.
I don't even know what a Wookiee is.
It's a Star Wars. Some of the characters in Star Wars.
Chewbacca, he was a Wookiee.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Chewbacca?
I do know him.
Yeah, he was a Wookiee.
Mm-hmm.
I know him just because I've heard the name. Let's not get crazy. I don't watch Star Wars. Okay?
You don't know him personally,
but this guy can show you the entire Star Wars universe. Yeah. And always, whenever you wanted him to sound like a Wookiee, he would.
Yeah.
Do I have to? What do I need to do to look like that girl? He said.
She's the one that has the buns on each side of her head from the old Star Wars,
like cinnamon buns, just like. Okay. Yeah. No.
That would be so funny to have Lindsay dressed up like Princess Leia.
Yes.
How much she hates Star Wars and everything.
Yeah.
God, imagine. What does she wear? Like, is it cute?
Most of the pictures, I haven't seen the movies. I saw the original Star Wars movie when I was 8 or something like that, and then, I grew up after that and never saw any of the rest of them. But it was like a long, flowing white gown kind of thing.
That's how I picture her, in a robe of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Cinnamon buns on my head and a robe. No, won't be caught dead.
Uh-huh. But she was pretty. Everybody thought she was pretty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
I do remember, her.
Star Wars fans have a kind of a creepy obsession with her.
Yeah.
Because that was the only girl that wasn't family that they were ever around growing up. The Star Wars nerds.
She's so hot.
She's so hot.
Look at her.
If you dress up like Princess Leia, I'll do the Wookiee noise for you. Oh. Wow, what a deal.
Yeah.
TJ, Riggins, and Lindsay want to thank you for listening.
Let's go!
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Subscribe to all the shows at tjriggins.com and never miss the latest episodes. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Doc Antle was sentenced to 1 year in prison. Remember that name? Doc Antle. He was one of the main characters in that show, Tiger King.
Yeah.
That was out in 2020. He was the owner of the zoo in South Carolina in Myrtle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And he has been sentenced to 1 year and 1 day in prison for animal trafficking. I didn't remember the charges against him, but that's what they said he was doing. Animal trafficking. The buying and selling of animals legally.
Yeah. The exotic animals.
Exotic, yeah.
Having them shipped and, I guess. I don't know what it entails, but good. We don't need no exotic animals in U.S. America.
Usually South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach, what about? It is a special place of the country, Myrtle Beach. So, but yeah, I mean, he had tigers and lions, monkeys. Oh my!
He had a liger, didn't he?
He had a liger, and he had like, in the show they framed him as sort of having this sort of menagerie of women as well. Like he was dating a lot of people. He's 65 years old. He's an older guy. Weird, interesting haircuts and
kind of looks like presented himself as a performance artist more than just a zookeeper.
Is this the first time he's been sentenced? I mean, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, the show came out in 2020, and that's kind of what I think kicked off all the investigations into Joe Exotic and Doc Antle. But it's taken him a while, but a year in prison for him.
I've been to his exotic animal, setup at Myrtle Beach before I knew what it was.
Was it great?
So cute.
Yeah, I mean,
so cute.
Looks like a lot of fun. People are having a great time with those monkeys.
Yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, so them animals is for sale now? They have a what do they call it? An auction of when somebody dies in an estate auction. They're having an estate auction over there and get me a monkey and a liger.
TJ got a liger. Did you hear?
You just got a liger.
Jody would see that bank statement coming in real quick. Oh. Did you buy a liger today?
Don't expect me to take care of it.
That's great.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Now we got to pay for a fence.
It'll take care of the deer, though.
Yeah.
She hates those deer. AMC Theaters announced earlier this week that they are going to offer 50% off movie tickets on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. 50% off movie tickets. All you have to do is sign up to be part of their AMC Stubs Rewards program, which is free. But 50% off movie tickets on Tuesday and Wednesday. That tells me no one's going to the movies on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Do you think you'd get a lot of alerts with that app?
I think you're getting inundated.
I don't like alerts. I don't like them.
Yeah, I got a feeling they're going to blow you up with notifications.
Do you know how many emails I unsubscribe to every day?
Really?
And I just, which is, I think, worse than an alert on the phone.
It definitely is.
Makes you think you got something important going on. Oh, I got emails. Good. Oh.
Yeah.
You ain't that important.
I unsubscribed to Trump.
Really? Was he lighting you up?
Oh, yeah. It's like, hey, go run the world, dude. Get out of my inbox.
Stop emailing me. Stop emailing me, man. And then today is National Pina Colada Day. Pina Colada?
I say pina colada.
Pina.
Pina.
Yeah, how do you say it, Lindsay?
Pina.
Pina.
Well, I can go back and forth. Pina. Pina.
Do you say jalapeno or jalapeno?
Jalapeno.
Holla?
Holla.
Jalapeno.
Jalapenos. So, yeah, happy National Pina Colada Day. Enjoy that today. Something really fun coming up next.
All right, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey guys, I'm not one to sit here and brag about myself. If anything, it's the opposite. But let me tell you how many compliments I've been getting since I've used Love Into Skincare. Their Precious Potion Moisturizer. Ooh, it is so luxurious on your skin. Check it out at tjriggins.com/deals. Code TJ for 21% off.
Hey, it's TJ. My wife Jody and I would never even think of buying or selling a house without using the Temple Team. We've used the Temple Team at Keller Williams Realty for years, and you should too. They are experts, and you are going to love them. Just go to tjriggins.com/Temple Team.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
We heard a couple months ago that people are not using as many dating apps, and they attribute it to young people not wanting to communicate as much.
Yeah.
That was their excuse anyway, but they said there's just so many more options, and people don't want to communicate as much with each other. That's why we're going to introduce these AI bots. They're going to be sort of your wingman, and they're going to help you find a date, and I think they're just doing anything they can to get people back on the dating apps. But there's a TikTok trend that kind of resurfaces every couple months. Women, the best place to find a single man, if you're looking for a long-term relationship, is Home Depot. Okay. Well, we've heard that before, that women can, hypothetically go into a Home Depot and look confused or act like they don't know what they're doing there and just hope that some guy comes along and says, like out of a movie, hey, you need some help there? Can I help you? With something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Another customer.
Another customer.
Not the people working there. Yeah.
I guess it's another customer. But do you know anybody that's actually happened to? I've never heard one success story of like a woman said, yeah, I went in there with the main goal of finding a husband.
No, I've never heard of that.
I don't think it happens.
No, people make stuff up all the time.
I think so. But there's
the videos of it on social media are set up. Yeah.
Totally. Mm-hmm. There's a guy named Kelby who's sort of a dating expert / marketing coach.
Yeah.
And he says the trick to making this work, especially if you're a guy, he said you want to approach a woman if she's alone in a Home Depot. This is how you do it. You want to approach her and ask her if she needs help, but you don't want to come across as if you're mansplaining to her. Because a woman's in a hardware store, she already understands the task at hand, that she's going to have to handle something. You don't want to mansplain to her. What you want to do is you want to pass the baton of power back to her, empower her to find the right solution to whatever problem she's facing in the hardware store. Yeah. It's like, you're just saying things at this point.
He's pandering. He is pandering because he's trying to make it seem like, I understand you ladies so much. I know you hate mansplaining. Let me tell you something. If you're a guy and there's a dating coach that's trying to tell you how you can be better with women, if they use the term mansplaining as a negative thing and it's real, then ask them where their purse is and get out of there because they're not a real man. She doesn't like for you to mansplain. Go. Leave that guy, go to Home Depot, find one of the old dudes that works in there and ask him, hey, how could I be better with the ladies? What do I need to do? What's the secret? And the old man will tell you.
In far less words than this guy. Yes. He's going on this diatribe about you're failing the test if you come in a sort of demeaning way and you mansplain. To pass the test is to be the person who's present and just available to help her.
Okay, so in other words, ask her if she needs help, but don't be condescending.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, I shouldn't go in and say, move out of the way.
Get out of the way, stupid broad. Let a man show you what you need.
It's just crazy, but you got to read through these articles to find these stories, but it is kind of amazing. But then a lot of Home Depot employees chime in and say, girl, don't be finding no men in Home Depot. Run far away. We ain't got no good men in here. From the female employees. Which I love.
All right, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
TJ Riggins Prime Plus members get all of the shows commercial free, plus a segment called Extra Funny. All for the low price of $4.99 a month or $54.89 for a 12-month subscription. Sign up at the Media Center at tjriggins.com.
The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. So, Riggins will send some, videos to me throughout the day from the social medias and stuff. Some of them are meant to be, hey, if you want to use this on the show, this might be funny. And then others are just look at this, how funny this is. Well, I thought this one might have been for just my amusement, but then I said, well, we need to use that on the show. There is a father and son bonding moment that they've captured on this video. The father is taking the selfie video, and the son is standing there mad at the world while his dad's trying to, this is my son, I'm so proud, kind of thing. The dad, I'm just trying to paint the picture here. I'm not insulting. Or I'm sure it will be insulting, but that's not my main goal. The dad looks like he has grown up working since the time he was 5 years old in a carnival. And the son looks like he was born in that traveling carnival and remains there to this day. So it's a stereotype look. So listen.
So this is my oldest son. He's 16 and about an inch taller than me. Yeah, going into court right now for his 4th violation of probation. Let's see if he walks out. I don't think he's gonna though. You think you're gonna walk out? No, you don't think he's gonna walk out. This sucks.
Oh, brother.
Scowls at the camera.
Of course.
You don't think he's going to walk out?
4th probation violation.
The dad's done.
No,
it's the kid. The kid's has violated his probation 4 times, and he's 16. So not we're wondering if they're going to put him in jail or keep him in jail. If he's going to walk out, I don't think he's going to walk out. Is that some sort of criminal terminology that they'll, like an inside, inside jargon?
Yeah, it's jail jargon. When you get out,
you
walk out.
Attorneys don't call personal injury attorneys ambulance chasers as much as they call them slip and fall lawyers.
Oh, really?
So that's inside baseball lingo on the lawyers. So it must be same with criminal sons.
Yeah,
not going to walk out.
You think his dad has a criminal record?
Oh yeah,
I do too.
Yeah, well, he's got something that in the past there that could not be expunged. I'm guessing. I don't think you live a crime-free life and end up with teeth looking like that. He's been through something.
You're walking into the courthouse with your son. You might not see him for a while. Wouldn't you take that opportunity to try to pass along some wisdom or keep your head up? We're going to get through this. No, you pull out your phone to record something for TikTok.
Yeah.
It's just, of course, your son has 4 probation violations.
He's an inch taller than I am now. Look at that. Well, anyway. Yeah. We're heading into the courthouse. And I guarantee you, I told you so got uttered to the rest of the family or the son whenever the judge, came down with the verdict there with the judgment.
Yeah.
I told you so.
All right,
see you later when you turn 18.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Let's go. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. The TJ and Riggins Show, Extra Funny, The Week in Review, and all the new and past podcasts. Listen, fast forward, download, and share. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Table and Twine in Charlotte, North Carolina brings delicious chef-prepared meals right to your door. And this summer, Table and Twine allows you to spend less time in the kitchen and more time making memories with the people you love. TJ and Jody have been using Table and Twine for a while, and they just absolutely rave about it. Everything's made with fresh seasonal ingredients, and it's ready in just 20 minutes. They can even be customized for parties or lake days and special celebrations, and it's all so delicious. Check out the menu and pick your meals at tjriggins.com/table-and-twine.
Hey, TJ and Riggins TV is sponsored by Cozy Earth. I'm their number one influencer, So go to Cozy Earth by hitting up tjriggins.com/deals and then use the promo code TJ to get 41% off.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D, Rob.
Sets the tone for my day.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
There's a new poll trying to find out which American businesses have the happiest shift workers. Worker is their word, not mine. I don't use the term worker in America. We have employees, not workers. Worker is a communist term, but be that as it may. And the poll found that the happiest hourly job you can have is working at a weed or vape store.
No way.
Duh. You mean those people are happy? Why?
It's awesome.
This is 92% of weed and vape store employees feel quote unquote good or quote unquote amazing about their job.
I believe it.
The national average across all hourly jobs was 78%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're the easiest going, most relaxed, happy people you encounter ever, anywhere.
So when you go to get your vape juice, what flavor is it?
Vanilla.
Vanilla, just vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Is that surprising? I mean,
No. I like it though because it's not frou-frou. You know, you're not coming in here with Cinnabon, Berry Blast, or whatever.
yeah.
else
Sometimes
crazy
when they're
flavors.
out of vanilla, I will have to go to a French toast. Not often. Maybe a graham slam.
French toast better than creme brulee.
Creme brulee. That was the old school. That was a jewel flavor.
Okay.
That was the closest. That was the only vanilla one that they had. Yeah, that's when I had to get there too. I didn't enjoy that.
French toast. Does it have a maple-ish kind of finish on it?
You bet.
Have the McGriddle flavored vape juice.
Yeah.
They're doing a cross promote with McDonald's.
If you've ever gone to IHOP and thought, I want to smoke in here, that's the flavor for you.
I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of selling it to me. I'm like, okay, that's yummy.
It's delicious.
So I'll take a pull off of my bacon vape and then switch it out and then do the French toast.
And then you can go to coffee. They even got coffee flavors.
Have a whole meal.
Mm-hmm.
Now I stand by my judgment that the only coffee flavored thing that tastes good is coffee. Yeah. I don't like coffee flavored anything else. Mm-hmm. Like those women drinking those espresso martinis and stuff.
Mm.
And ice cream is good too.
Yeah, that's super good.
Mm-mm.
You're in the minority here.
Yeah, I know. I have a friend, my friend Brian.
Yeah.
He likes chocolate covered coffee beans.
I've heard of those.
Love them.
Yeah.
Espresso beans. Love them.
Espresso beans. See, that's how much I know. I don't know that. I don't go to places that have espresso.
No?
I have a Nespresso at my house.
Oh well, that's what it is.
Yeah. You know why it's there?
Why?
For when my frou-frou friend Mark is traveling through and he stays with us, he bought that so he could have that at our house along with a fan and there are other things that we didn't have to make him more comfortable.
His own coffee maker.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's hilarious. And he doesn't even come like once a month. I mean,
that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Because those aren't cheap.
I know.
No.
But he says we can use it anytime. It's for the home.
We can use this.
Yeah.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Make your company part of the new radio explosion. Go to tjriggins.com/explosion. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
So if you check your phone or check your smart TV, you might notice that the HBO Max logo has changed officially to HBO Max. It was originally HBO Max and they went to Max, and now it's back officially to HBO Max. So you might see the logo change on your smartphones and stuff like that.
I really hope the marketing people, the promotion people and all got fired.
Yeah.
Because what in the world would have made you take an iconic name like HBO that you own off of something?
Yeah.
It's dumb.
It's crazy.
We're in the marketing business basically here on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I mean, it would be like McDonald's just all of a sudden calling itself, they had a special section that was called McDonald's Max, and they said, you know what, let's take the McDonald's part off of it. Yeah. Just call it Max.
It's outdated.
Yeah.
I guarantee that's the pitch. They were like, it's old. It's for old people.
Long.
People don't subscribe to HBO anymore. It's for like your grandparents. Well, it's Max. It's aggressive.
The kid
It's short.
was, like, right out of college. He was like 26. He's like, this is gonna hit. This is gonna hit.
And people really respond to X's.
Yeah.
But Max got the X right there, and that's what you want them to focus on.
Yeah. So that short-lived experiment, they're like, yeah, we're not doing it anymore. We're going back to HBO Max, and now it's officially back. So.
Well, but you wouldn't want to go all the way back and start calling it Home Box Office, which is, the original name of it was Home Box Office. Yeah, You wouldn't do that.
No.
But HBO has been around long enough.
It's iconic.
It's an iconic brand.
Sure. So HBO Max is back officially. Speaking of three-letter brands, TSA announced earlier this week that you will no longer have to remove your shoes walking through TSA, whether you're in TSA pre-check or you're just in the general, general lines.
This is true because no one took off their shoes in the Charlotte airport going to. This was 3 days ago.
Yeah,
but in the Charlotte airport, they probably weren't wearing them when they got there.
Accurate.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Do you get self-conscious, Lindsay? Because you got some interesting feet. Do you get self-conscious taking your shoes and socks off, or taking your shoes off?
That question was hurtful. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't get self-conscious, but I get grossed out.
Yeah.
Like I have to wear socks with shoes. And the one time going to the Bahamas, of course, I'm not bringing tennis shoes. It's, 85, 90 degrees. So I'm wearing sandals and they're like, take off your shoes. I'm like,
yikes.
Well, that's why I used to, if I were wearing flip-flops on a plane going somewhere, I had socks in my carry-on bag and I would just pull them out and put them on before I went through security. Yeah.
You wore flip-flops on a plane?
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah. Long time ago.
You wouldn't do it now?
I don't know if I would or not. Probably not, because the reason is because I would need a more supportive shoe to be walking that far. I need my on-cloud walkers.
Yeah. Why would you? What's the stigma around a sandal on a plane?
Well, just that TJ's a pretty big stickler for dressing appropriately on planes. He's made a point that wearing your pajamas through the airport is really inappropriate.
Those aren't the same category.
Understood, but it's going towards that.
Right, but I wouldn't put my foot up on the seat in front of me or anything like that. Right. It was just, it was the style back then, actually.
It was the style.
Uh-huh. Now it's in style to make sure my back doesn't hurt.
More next.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. A TJ Riggins Prime button to get to invitations, links, and all the great Prime Plus exclusive content. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
I don't know if I've ever talked about how obsessed I am with Lily and Grace. I could live in this store. They have everything from bedding, rugs, pillows, gifts, vases, dishes, you name it. Not only that, Robin, the owner, will come to your house and help you design anything you want. She'll help you design your whole house if you just want some rugs, pillows. It's amazing. I was just mentioning the other day I needed a new foyer entry lighting, and she was like, I can get you that, girl. They do everything. It's phenomenal. Check out Lily and Grace in Langtree today.
Hey, TJ and Riggins TV is sponsored by Cozy Earth. I'm their number one influencer, So go to Cozy Earth by hitting up tjriggins.com/deals and then use the promo code TJ to get 41% off.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Listen everywhere.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
TJ and Lindsay, have y'all ever been to a family reunion?
Yeah, I have.
Where did you do it? In Louisiana? I'm assuming Louisiana.
Jonesboro, Louisiana.
How old were you?
Little. Probably 9 or 10.
Okay, so you don't remember a lot about it.
Well, yeah, I remember a lot.
You do?
I remember it being a place I wanted to leave. Like, what are we still doing here? I don't know a lot of these people, and they're all rednecks. And
yes.
No, I didn't call them rednecks, but I just wasn't. It wasn't fun.
You don't remember it being very fun. Right. I believe that.
Well, I mean, they didn't have, a lot of these big family reunions, they have games scheduled and they have, this and that. And it was just a bunch of people at a cookout mingling and talking.
Yeah, it's less formal, less established. Lindsay, have you been to a family reunion?
Tons. From birth to about 12 years old, every year.
Where? In?
Concord. Okay. It was in like a like a church, recreational center type place. I remember it being
a fellowship hall.
Yeah. They had an attached playground, so I'd always be out there, and my mom would be like, come in and meet so-and-so. I'd be like, Mom,
Well, there was this family reunion that happened in California. And first of all, people are very critical of the dishes you bring to a family. Like, who made this for the family reunion? You're not allowed to come back. I've never been to a family reunion, so I don't know how this all works. But 8 people in California were hospitalized after eating a bad dish at the family reunion. And it started days after the ingestion of this salad that was prepared for the family reunion. Now, here's what the salad included: uncooked nopales. You know what that is? That is a prickly pear cactus pad. And I guess it's chopped up and turned into a salad. Never heard of the thing. But 8 people hospitalized, all adults that were eating this salad. Apparently it contains some sort of botulinum, which I believe is kind of like botulism, a neuro disease, neurobacteria, something like that. I don't know.
Was this a family of Mexican people?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, because
I don't know anybody else that eats cactuses.
Right. And there's a nice Mexican restaurant just down this street here called the Prickly Pear.
Is that right?
That's the detective work I'm doing here. I bet you. Hey, wait a minute. You know what? I bet that was a family of Mexican descent.
I believe so.
You're talking about what made them sick.
I believe so.
Prickly Pear.
I don't have the names of the people, but I would imagine. So, everybody got sick, and I guess that's just sort of a warning. Be careful of what you're eating at family reunions.
What's the first thing I would ask if I got to the hospital sick? How would I put this botulism in my face? Can you
Can you take it out of my brain and put it in my lips?
And can you not cure me right away so I can lose a little more weight from throwing up?
Second question.
Yeah, old school food poisoning. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Not this newfangled food poisoning.
So I guess if we go as soon as the grocery store opens and get us a couple of pounds of shrimp and leave them out on the hood of my truck till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I mean, we could really do some damage.
Oh, God. It'd be so hot.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
The TJ and Riggins Show is new at 7 a.m. Eastern each weekday morning and available most anywhere you watch or listen to shows. YouTube, podcast platforms, streaming, and radio station sites are all now at our media center at tjriggins.com. It works just like an app, easy to navigate, and you'll get everything right there on one page. All the podcasts, all the videos, all the great deals you can take advantage of as a member of the radio family. The TJ and Riggins Show is right there in your hand. Learn how to add it to your phone's home screen at tjriggins.com/ad.
What is new radio? New radio is
Streaming everywhere.
listen to the show starting each weekday morning at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
And we all are, I guess we could consider ourselves to be cheese lovers, right?
Yeah.
Lindsay was actually at a cheese factory the other day.
I don't know how we getting it home, but we bought so much cheese.
Yeah, how are you going to get that home?
His parents are driving, so I think they're going
okay.
to take the majority of our stuff that we can't. But there were cheese curds and big things of cheese. I mean, Delilah kept putting, she's a cheese lover, kept putting cheese, and Kyle was like, "Whoa, we're spending hundreds of dollars on cheese right now."
Oh, man. So I was about to ask, though, if y'all spent a lot of money, because there is a Guinness record that they have awarded for the most expensive cheese sold at auction.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. It's a 5-pound wheel of cheese. It was aged in a cave for 10 months and sold at auction last year for just over $42,000. And it looks disgusting.
We didn't spend that.
It looks like it's all molded and but it's not. It's I guess though the cheese is supposed to mold maybe in the aging process. I don't know, but this looks really green.
Blue cheese?
It doesn't call it a blue cheese. It's it happened in Spain, so it's some kind of Spanish cheese, I guess. Maybe
queso?
White queso. Yeah. Well, I'll have the blue queso, please.
The one that you had in a cave for a year.
But I can't afford much of it. Just bring me a teaspoon. How much of it would?
Yeah.
How much would it cost for a teaspoon of that cheese? People crazy though.
5
It cannot. If they're going to eat it, it cannot taste that good.
No.
Can't taste $42,000 worth of good. I'm telling you.
No, not a chance.
Nothing tastes $42,000 good to me.
Mm-mm.
Except maybe a Hermes handbag.
Yeah.
Delicious.
The guy that bought that has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. They're going to say, "What are you going to do with the cheese?" "I'm going to turn it into mozzarella sticks." You know, what do you want?
Well, I'm going to grate it up and put it on hash brown casserole. That Cracker Barrel copycat recipe.
What kind of cheese pull is this thing going to give me? I'm going to do it for the TikTok.
Do it for the pull.
TJ, Riggins, and Lindsay want to thank you for listening.
Let's go!
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
4th of July just might be the perfect holiday. Summer weather, pool parties, grilling on the barbecue, and fireworks. It's just fantastic. And what's going to make it even more perfect this year, some Omaha steaks and juicy burgers on that grill.
Oh my gosh, seriously. And with their 4th of July sale, you can get 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Not to mention, our listeners get an additional $45 off with promo code TJR at checkout.
And seriously, you do need to take advantage of this offer because if you're like I am, then you're sitting around just dreaming of a butter-basted steak or even a green chili cheeseburger while I'm relaxing by the pool this 4th of July.
Well, stock up now. Get fired up for the 4th with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their 4th of July sale. And for an extra $45 off, use promo code TJR at checkout. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $45 off with promo code TJR at checkout. See site for details.
Minimum purchase may apply. See site for details. And thank you so much to Omaha Steaks for being our partners.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show. With TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
I just don't understand how some people can be so ignorant to how you conduct yourself around a wild animal, a wild, vicious animal. It just it blows my mind. Even if you didn't grow up around wildlife or anything, you know by watching TV or reading or whatever that you don't put yourself in that position with a wild animal that could kill you. So this was a situation that happened last month, and they're just now getting all of the details of it because there was some confusion. It was a 59-year-old guy, and he said in the report that he saw a black bear get hit by a car, but a later report said he hit the bear with his car. So it didn't kill the bear, and he was, feeling guilty about it, I guess. So he got out and tried to help the bear. He tried to help boost the bear over a concrete barrier on the side of the road, I guess, to get back toward the woods out of the road. And it was a full 400-pound black bear. Now, I heard that grizzly bears will attack you. They're meaner, but if a black bear does attack you, they go to kill. They're not playing around. They're not just going to, scare you away. So this was the black bear. And of course, the bear didn't know that the guy was trying to help because it's a wild animal, already injured. This guy goes and starts trying to pick up on it to boost it over a concrete wall. And that bear chomped down on his left forearm multiple times, it says. An off-duty EMT just happened to be around the area, stopped and put a tourniquet on it. So the guy was treated at the hospital, but they didn't give any details of his condition. Like, did he lose his arm? I mean, what happened? Usually when a tourniquet goes on, people are like, oh, he's losing that. He just lost that arm. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. If you put a tourniquet on something, you got to cut it off. That's what we learned in 7th grade, Miss Howell's class.
Well, and bear or not, anything that's 400 pounds, you think you're picking that up? Are you drunk?
Evidently, the bear had gotten part of its body up onto the thing, trying to get back into the woods, and he just like, "Oh, let me give you a boost, Smokey."
Oh.
See, that's what happens. You put bears in hats and make them seem like they're sweet. And you end up with something like this.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh my God. I love it.
This is TJ and Riggins. Where are these huge discounts on great products? The deals page at tjriggins.com.
Check it out.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Yeah.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Jeff Bezos' new wife, Lauren Sanchez, stepped out for her first time since getting married to the Amazon CEO. And she stepped out in Paris, and she was wearing a red latex dress. And she's got the chest pushed all the way up there, and she's really making a splash. Mm-hmm. So she stepped out to dinner with a fellow or a model friend of hers.
So that has to be the most uncomfortable situation, to wear a latex dress or a vinyl looking. I mean, it's like fake leather kind of, but it's just pure rubber. It looks like.
Yeah, in the middle of summer.
Yeah,
that's not a good time.
You know what I think happened?
What?
Who's the only other person in the world that wears stuff like that? Kim Kardashian. She was at the wedding.
Right.
She was probably like, how do I get my hands on one of these? She's like, girl, don't worry about it. Take one of mine.
I got you. Yeah. They said the dress costs about $2,000, $2,500.
Yeah, but Lauren Sanchez would have had to get it taken up a lot if it were Kim's dress.
It's accurate.
Taken
in the
up.
back.
Yeah, because, well, all over. You know, Kim's big girl.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Big girls, you are beautiful. I'm kidding.
Now for your tweet of the day. Somebody said, why Five Guys burgers always look like somebody just took it out of their pocket? Which is true.
True.
See that Five Guys
it's
burger?
Not pretty, yeah.
It does look like somebody just took it out of their pocket.
It's a delicious pocket burger.
It is. They're delicious. So expensive, but yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So I thought that was fun.
Yeah, I got a filet mignon Oscar one time. It wasn't as expensive as a Five Guys burger.
Yeah.
A little pricey.
Duck a l'orange.
Yeah. And then Hormel and General Mills announced their latest collaboration. They've got bacon-flavored Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah. So this is on the heels of Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavored bacon that Hormel put out last year. So now they have bacon-flavored cinnamon cereal.
Yeah, I hope they didn't make a lot of that. I hope it's just as a gimmick because people aren't going to eat that.
I don't think so. Who's looking for that? No one.
For one reason, what gives you the gall to think that you can improve the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Good point.
I mean, who do you think you are? It cannot be done.
No, that is so true.
Unless you're the Lord himself, you ain't going to improve the taste of the delicious Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Preach it. Preach it,
Nice
Pete.
try.
Yeah.
Nice try. We're going to do a little digging, specifically in your Amazon cart coming up next.
All right, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
People ask me all the time, what do you love about R. Gregory Jewelers? Well, I'm going to tell you, R. Gregory Jewelers in downtown Statesville is a family-run company. So they find you the best deals at the best prices with the friendliest service. You're not in an awkward situation where someone's like a pushy sales associate. They don't do any of that. And they really want to help you find the diamond or the jewelry or the watch of your dreams. So check out R. Gregory Jewelers in downtown Statesville today. R. Gregory Jewelers, we speak diamond.
Our charitable efforts are possible thanks to great businesses like the Johnson Group. They've been providing janitorial services to some of North and South Carolina's most prestigious properties since 1991. Learn more at tjriggins.com/clean.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Baby, let's go.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
So we're in the middle of Amazon Prime Days, which is running through, I think, Friday. And I know Lindsay's notorious, and I think this is a female thing, a thing for women, where you end up with tons of items in your cart, and you never actually purchase them. I don't really get what's the lie, because you're one of those people, right, Lindsay?
I am she is me. I'll tell you, I don't just do it during Prime though. This is like my whole life. I'll lay in bed at night and I'll just add things to the cart. And then I never purchase them.
And you never purchase them. So do you revisit the cart and look back, and do you take things out when they just lose their appeal to you?
So I give it a couple days. Is this just like a quick purchase that I'm not going to like? So I'll move it to saved items.
Okay.
If I'm like, let me teeter on it, and then I'll get my order. And then if I still want it in like a week, I'll move it back to my cart and buy it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
it's kind of a filter, a waiting period for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want anything to be an impulse purchase, because I hate returning. Like, I mean, it's easy to return to Amazon, but it's just like the time,
Yeah.
So I just mull over it.
My little friend Jenny has found a very easy way to deal with it when you order something that you don't want or it doesn't fit or anything like that. She gives it to somebody.
Oh.
Because she's not fooling with returning anything and having to go, ship it off and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
I got to get the money back, but I got to get that money back, honey. Okay.
But she'll also buy gifts for people that way. Like she'll say, she ordered something for my daughter one time, but she's so tough and exterior, she's, said, oh, well, look, I ordered these and they didn't fit, so you can have them. But that's not, she ordered them for my daughter, but she didn't want people to know she could be nice.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I know.
That's bad.
Get a bad reputation.
I'm not crying. One of those deals.
You can have these, I guess.
I don't like you or anything. Just I don't want them taking up space in my house.
That's crazy. Well, we asked on social media, like, just tell us what's in your cart right now. And we got so many responses from people, a lot of women mostly, talking about the things that are in their Amazon cart. But the one thing that keeps on coming up over and over, a mini handheld fan because they're in perimenopause.
Yeah.
And then some people have even responded, #frozen shoulder. I thought, where have I heard that before? When, oh my gosh, Jody was just talking about frozen shoulder the other day.
Yeah, she's got it.
Apparently it's a symptom of perimenopause. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Jody's a full-on Perry senior. I mean, she's in menopause. Not no Perry.
All right, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
New radio is your new marketing, advertising, and influencing dream option. Go to tjriggins.com/explosion. The future of advertising is here. tjriggins.com/explosion.